Hello YouTube, Siegfried Trulane here with another Dragon Ball video. Before we get this video, I just want to let everyone know I will be doing the rolling for the current 5-year global video tomorrow. Today I worked a full day. I worked 6 full days from pretty much leaving my house at 8 and getting home at almost about 8, so I'm pretty exhausted right now. I will be doing that video tomorrow along with another giveaway video. Um, with that said, guys, I know I did post a video. I said it was going to be my last Dragon Ball Legends video, but after seeing that many people have done a state of the game video, Rhyme Style, Ryuden, Goresh, and Decoup, I think Defree did one as well. I'm going to go into it and kind of give, again, I've been doing these for a bit, but I'm going to give my 2 cents at this point in time, especially since the new update has just dropped. And let's just go ahead and talk about not only things that they haven't fixed that should be fixed, things they claim they fixed that they didn't fix, and what is really the core root problem with most of this game. Now, wasn't gonna originally do this video because I'm pretty much done with Legends as far as content goes, but I was on Twitter and I'm watching the Twitter and I'm watching kind of like the Twitter where we'll go back and forth where you got people just defending Legends religiously, which is just as bad as constantly attacking a game too. I mean, you got people with some real actual complaints that need to be taken and Legends needs to really consider. But as long as you have people sitting there saying, no, the game is great. No, you're just mad you didn't get this unit. No, it's an RNG game. As long as people continue to do that, the game will never improve. That's number one. So let's go into the main one, which is a co-op mode. Okay, co-op. Co-op is garbage, guys. I mean, I was so excited about co-op. When I saw co-op, I was like, dude, this is going to be great. I mean, it's going to be another form of content you can play in this game. And that's what this game needs. It needs more content you can play. But let's be honest, co-op is dead on arrival. And here are the reasons why. One, no in-game communication that can be used in battle. It is doable. At the end of this video, I'm going to show examples of everything I claim that this game should be doing, but refuses to do. There should be a stamp system. You don't need a lot. You need an RR stamp and a can't RR stamp. That's literally all you need. A stamp that says RR ready and a stamp that says RR not ready. You pop the RR ready stamp, they pop the RR ready stamp, boom, you're good to go. Why is that simple system not in the game? They add an extra button to the UI in co-op. You just add 2 extra buttons, yes and no. Allow people to see each other's Dragon Balls. One thing I saw, I think it was Ryuden, claiming that you should be able to see your opponent's cards for the Rising Rush. I don't agree with that, mainly because it kind of removes the art. Kind of like am I going to pick the right card? But if they did add that, I think it would be great and totally fine. So I guess I don't want to say I disagree with it. I guess I don't think it's as important as a stamp communication and being able to see each other's Dragon Balls. So I guess that's better to say. Like, I don't disagree, but I don't think it's as important as the other 2 aspects in co-op, and definitely a bot system. Because right now, it is extremely stressful when you go into a match, and I take my LF Gohan to the match. Now, the reason I take LF Gohan is because Cell constantly throws debuffs on you, and LR Gohan can clean them. He can clean debuffs, and he can heal with his main. That is why I take this unit. And with the LF Trunks, I mean not the LF Trunks, sorry, with the Zenkai Trunks, he gives him a little bit more of a boost. This Gohan is still really good, actually. Is he top tier? No, but he's good. So, the fact that I get in this match and people disconnect when they don't kill the boss so that I can't kill the boss because they're worried I'm going to use my LF, which, guys, honestly, I don't use my LF all the time. I mean, sometimes I do, but usually it's just, if I need to heal, I heal, and then I may as well use the LF. So they need to put a system, and I know everyone has said this, so there's no reason that Legends has not done this, implement a replacement bot system. Now, it wouldn't make things that great, but they need to put a replacement bot system in, and they need to add a disconnection penalty to co-op. I think that that needs to be done. I think if you disconnect from co-op 3 times, 3 times in a day, I think you should be banned from co-op permanently for that day. I think 3 disconnections in co-op, and then you should not be allowed to do the co-op anymore 24 hours. Which means if you don't get your the 3 dailies, you don't get them. I'm sorry, but I know I'm not the only person sick of people disconnecting. And co-op is not PvP. Co-op is definitely something you should do when you have a stable connection and you have a place where you can sit down and focus. You should not be doing co-op on a train. I live in Japan, so trains, especially if the train has a tunnel. I never do my co-op on my train because I know that there's a tunnel that I'm coming through that is going to disconnect me. I don't even start co-op until after I pass that tunnel. I don't do co-op on another one of my lines because one station for some reason makes my data go really whack. So I don't touch co-op on that station as well. I will do co-op after the tunnel and then up to my next train stop where I transfer. So there's literally no reason that people are disconnecting as much as they are. It's intentional disconnections, and the solution to that is a replacement bot and a penalty, 3 strike penalty. You disconnect 3 times, you're banned from PvP for the rest of the day. I think that should be happening. I think Legends need to get a lot more strict on BS toxicity players like that. I think I mean, you have an option where you can withdraw from a battle. Fine, withdraw from a battle. That's whatever. That needs to be in because the fact is, I get into that queue and it's like, oh look, I have no equipment slots. I have 1 equipment slot, but no equipment in it on the hardest difficulty raid boss. So yeah, I mean, if you want to withdraw, that's fine, but you should not be allowed to disconnect continually. And they haven't put a system in that would be an easy solution. So that's co-op. And one more thing, fix the rewards. You sit there, Toshi sits there and tells us, oh, we don't want you grinding. We don't want you grinding yet. That's exactly what they want. They want you grinding. Because it's the only way you're going to be able to get a lot of the rewards. Now, usually I only go for the diamonds, for the chrono crystals, except for when they have these special tickets. But I don't usually, I usually go and I just save the rest. I sometimes pick up Z Power. But the fact is, you can usually only choose one item you want a season. You want the crystals or the Z Power. And that should not be the point of this game. I should be able to pick as much crap. I should be able to come and be like, okay, I can get the Z power for this. I can get the the 4 Z powers. I can get the 300 chrono crystals. I can get the title here. I can get the the slot removers when I have extras. The Zenkai souls. I mean, this should be something that should be well farmable. First of all, I think that they need to make the 3 dailies one time, one co-op, and triple the reward. So instead of at 120, 130, it should be, I would say, make it honestly one time 1,000. Seriously, because not 1,000. Sorry, one time. I had my numbers wrong. I was thinking it was much higher. One time 500. Get 500 of these dual medals for one time, and then make every single run. On easy mode, say 25, on medium 50, on hard mode 75. I mean, 75 would be more than enough. It'd be fair. It wouldn't be so much that, things are quick, but it would definitely be to the point where, okay, I run this 10 times, I get 750. It's worth doing it. And they need to stop locking missions between 200 clears. The Zenkai Goku and the Zenkai Trunks are amazing units, but that co-op setup is so... I didn't do Goku because I couldn't do it, but I did Trunks. I love Zenkai 7 Trunks. I mean, he's great. He's fun, especially when you throw him on a team with the new purple Vegeta and like the yellow future Gohan, and then he's like 2 carding characters. But it doesn't change the fact that the grind was horrible. And for those who say, well, that affects the grind, guys, grind is not a good term. Okay, that's what people have to remember. The term grind is not good. When a game has grinding associated with it, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. Nobody ever sits there and says, oh, I enjoy the grind. No. When you grind in an MMO, you usually have something else on and you're just watching something else while you're doing it. That's a big problem. I mean, I love Final Fantasy 14, but my one issue with it is when they put the stupid grinds in, like the Eureka grind, which nobody liked, or when they made you do, I think, 200 of each of the Alexander raids back in Heavensward. It wasn't fun. And I stopped playing the game for almost a month after the grind because it kills the fun of the game. Grinding in a game kills what makes the game fun. And we are seeing that in Legends. Now let's take a look at Dokkan real quick. Dokkan has the Prime battles, which come out every now and then, which is a pretty much pain in the ass grind. But it's not all the time. They've released some really good free-to-play units that actually make it a lot more enjoyable. And you have a long time to do it in, and there's no competition behind it. So like the Zenkai Trunks and Zenkai Cuckoo were time limited. 30 days. 30 days to get it done. The Prime battles, you have like that month, but then it comes back every weekend. So it's like, okay, I didn't finish, but I can just do it every weekend and throw, do my, throw a whole bar of stamina at one, like twice a week. Get about, right now I'm at about 186, so 75, 175. You have the boost now, which pretty much makes that 3, 4. Yeah, so I can do it takes me 4 runs, about 20 minutes if I really want to do it. And at 20 minutes, I can get anywhere between, because that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 35 to 40, 60, 80, to 100 of the 777 medals. Okay, it's going to take a while, yes, but it's not a grind unless you make it a grind. Zenkai Trunks and Zenkai Cuckoo were grinds. And it was grinding co-op, which is the worst thing ever to grind. So they need to fix their rewarding co-op. They need to make it to where you just do the dailies and you're going to get it. You should not have to do more co-op just because they want to push a new system. And guys, that's what it's about. They want to push the co-op system. They want to prove that they did not fail with the co-op system, and they failed. They failed. No, if you can meet one person who's like, dude, yeah, co-op's awesome, excluding with a friend, then I would be surprised. They've never had a match that 99% of us have had. On top of that, the fact that the daily bonus of like that extra 20 coins is lost if you use it with a friend is ridiculous. You should get it regardless. I'm sorry. And that's why I think that co-op should give you 500 for the first time a day. That would be a total of, let's see, pull out my handy dandy calculator here. That'd be a total of 15,000 of these dual coins. That would be more than enough because it's about 4,500 for the chrono crystals, and then another 8,000 for the Z powers here. Oh crap! I made a mistake. Man. That will leave you 2,500 left over. That's a total of 5 erasers, if you want to get the 5 erasers. Or you could pick up some of the tickets, like these, 5 tickets here you could pick up, 3 of them, I think? The point being is, it would allow you to pick up, it would make it to where you can get more than pretty much 1 or 2 of the different things you want. Everybody's going to get in the chrono crystals. That's without a doubt. And right now, with it's 320 times, well, let's say 325. 325. Oh crap! No, sorry. 125 times 3 times 30. It's 11,000 you get right now. Okay. So, and that's if you do it every day. You minus the 4,500, and you have the 6,750. But the problem with that is, while you can't get all the Z power. Now you're stuck choosing between Z power or tickets. So that is an issue. Unless you decide to grind more. And then, of course, again, they throw the missions that have like the 200 grinds. So, guys, I spent almost 15 minutes talking about co-op. Co-op is garbage. They could easily fix it by adding in a bot, a disconnection penalty when you disconnect 3 times, making it to where it's only 1 required daily, and it's 500 versus the 375 it gives you. increasing the payout for a mission for doing the event, the co-ops, and increasing a Dragon Ball tracker and a stamp and a simple Rising Rush stamp system. Okay. Now this is going to be something I'm going to talk about at the end. I'm going to bring back up at the end when I show a good example of how co-op is done. Now, let's talk about events. The events in this game are garbage. They're either too easy or too hard. There's no middle level. They're either really easy or it's the boss's perfect vanishing and two-shotting you. Neither of those are fun. When I can hop into an event and, just put on start, do this. I'm going to show you what I mean. When this is all I have to do to clear an event, why should I play it? Like, these events, I mean, they start so easy, which makes them not fun in the beginning, because I don't enjoy the first 30 stages. And then you get to a point where it's fun, because it's a little more challenging. And then you get to the final stage, like the bonus stage, and it's ridiculous. It's like, oh, look, even though you have, a type advantage unit, we're still gonna, just one-shot you here. It's like, are you kidding me? Seriously? You're just gonna one-shot me here? So I'm literally autoing this right now. The Ultra Time Space Rush. That could be so much fun if they did it right. But the one major fatal flaw is you can only use a unit one time. Not you can use a unit one time, but you can use them on benches afterwards. You can only use the unit one time. So, for example, if I throw a unit on a bench, I can't use it again. Again, I'm going to demonstrate how this is done successfully if you really want to go the method of you can only use a unit in battle one time. Right now, Ultra Time Space Rush is not fun at all. Half the time I'm just throwing in old units because not only does every unit have a freaking bonus damage at the last stage, which technically makes the level 5,000 even the level 4,000, it's just the way it's built. I don't want to use the units I really enjoy unless I really have to. And I can never remember which mission has the Fusion Warrior on it, which mission has this on it. I will give them this, though. They did simplify the missions on Ultra Time Space Rush, and I think that that is probably the best thing they did in the events-wise of anything. While we're in events, let's address the anniversary. Yes, we got Zenkai 7 Trunks, which was great. But we didn't get one new real unit. I mean, like, they did not give us one new unit. And there are so many units we could have gotten. We could have gotten a Gowasu. Think about it. A free Sparking Gowasu. That would have been cool. We could have gotten a Supreme Kai. No Supreme Kai. We could have gotten a Zamasu and Gowasu combination like they did with the Brawling Chi. Like, that would have been really cool, I think. We could have gotten a new base Vegito S Sparking that's, more updated and more based off the future, the Future Saga. I think that would have been not that. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would have been happy with that one, but it'd been better than nothing. Then you have the, the superhero units, and again, we got all Ginyu Force last year. So Captain Ginyu, Jay, Spurter, Raccoon, Goldo, 5 units. Now, I understand not giving us a Piccolo, but they give us Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin. Why no new Chaozu? Give us a new Chaozu. Because big issue with Chaozu is he doesn't buff Super Warriors. He is no useful to those 3 core, which means even if you make him stronger, the team does not have the synergy it should have as a Super Warriors team. In the Ginyu Force team, they have perfect synergy. They're Ginyu Force. Perfect synergy. You throw in a 6 Frieza Force unit, you're good. In this one, they don't. So you don't even have enough superheroes, super warriors even buff the team. The team is still not complete, and the team should have been made complete. So here are the 5 that I think should have been released. Yamcha, Krillin, Chaozu, Tien, Yajirobe. Now, let's be honest. People might be like, why Yajirobe? Who cares about Guldo? Yajirobe, I think, is better than Guldo. But the fact is, there are 5 super warriors, and Yajirobe is in fact a super warrior. There are 5 super warriors. Why is Yajirobe not there? I mean, I think you could have done they could have had a lot of fun with his card. Like they could have had like his green card is he does something and then he retreats like Insane Conflict, where he like cuts off Vegeta's tail and runs and hides. It could have been something where like he literally debuffs the unit or like paralyzes the unit or something and then switches himself out automatically to the next unit, like the bottom unit. That would have been really funny. And depending on how good the unit that debuff is, could have been a useful technique, kind of like Bulma, where she jumps out and gets the Dragon Ball. So, I mean, they could have done stuff there. And along with events, I mean, like, we're getting recycled crap. Now, it's good to bring back old events, but not when that's all you're really bringing. One thing I saw is, oh, they're going to give us 3,500 new Chrono Crystals after this update. Wrong. They're giving us, I think, 300 from daily logins, which is crap, 1,000 here, and I'm not including the 45 from daily stuff you do. That doesn't count because that's every time. So in short, we're getting a 1,300. So for all those people out there saying we're getting 3,500 crystals, no, we're not. We're getting an event that's time gated again. That's the same event we keep getting, but only reskinned, but the same event. Dokkan has old, Super Boss Rush, which is great. Super Battle Road, Infinite Dragon Ball History, Legendary Goku Challenge. These are events that, while I don't play all of them over and over again, like I don't play Super Battle Road, I don't enjoy that. I have it cleared, but I don't enjoy it, and I don't really. I mean, Boss Rush is okay, but it gets a little long. I love Infinite Dragon Ball History. I think that is one of the best events ever, and whenever I do a showcase, it's that event I pop into. Mostly because if I want to do a certain thing, like say I want to take Gohan, Super Saiyan Gohan, I can take him against the androids, and I know he gets a Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Some of those are medium challenge, and they do get harder. So I really like the Infinite Dragon Ball History. This game has nothing to make me just want to hop on and play for fun. Now, Infinite Dragon Ball History can take anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour, and I'm usually done after one round. But I enjoy it while I'm doing it. This game has nothing that I enjoy. No events. Okay? So, we have nothing in the recommended. The same old crap. Like, it is the same. We have not. Does anybody remember when we last got a new story event? When was the last time we got a story event that was new? I can't think of one. Why didn't we get an anniversary story event? Like, why? And the updates, this is probably, I think, the only place they've actually made a lot of good changes to is updates. I think they did a really good job with the updates. You got the battle, you have these up every time. Before it was timed, so you can only get certain ones. Having these up every day is really nice. I think they do this better than Dokkan does. This is one area where they do it better because I can farm the orbs I need anytime I need to. Versus in Dokkan, where if I need to get hidden potential stuff like tech orbs, I might have to wait until that banner pops up or hope I have a key. So I do like this, and I want to give him credit on this one. I like it. I think it's great. But let me check my video, make sure I unplug myself. Did I unplug myself? I did. Good. But let's go ahead and jump into story mode. Talking about events, let's hop into story. They keep throwing all these events. They do add new story, but they don't really add it fast enough, and I don't want them to add it fast enough. They can take their time with story because you know what? We're supposed to have hard modes. But we don't have a hard mode since part 3. So we have 1, 2, 3 full things done and no hard mode for part 4, 5, and 6. I really thought we were going to get a hard mode for one of those or 2 of those during the anniversary event. It seemed like a great idea. Hey, anniversary event. Here's some more way to farm your CC while you wait. And this is the thing that people need to remember. They gave us no way to farm CC minus the very few events they gave us. The Anniversary Challenge Rush, which was 1,000 if you cleared every single mission, and that's what you got to remember. And that's not easy for people who don't already have pretty much every unit. I did clear it, so I'm not whining because I didn't clear it. I did. The Dragon Ball event, which, let's be honest, guys, that event sucks. The collecting the Dragon Balls is not fun. It's always, hey, can we trade pictures? Hey, can we trade pictures? And that's all it is. It's literally Discord for 15 minutes finding 3 people to trade pictures with. It's not fun. They did up it so you didn't have to be in the same region, though, which again was nice. But not fun. And then we got I think the Omega event. Then we got the PyCon event. I mean, they gave us, I think, anywhere between 10 to 11 free multis if you were not PvP. And during an anniversary, I don't think that's acceptable. During an anniversary, that is not acceptable. The fact that they only gave us a few events, but they've given us no story. We could have hell modes for part 1, 2, and 3. We could have hard modes for part 4, 5, and 6. They could have been, I mean, if I was the director of this game or the producer, if I was Toshi, I would have gone to the board and said, hey, look, we have an anniversary coming up. This is going to be our biggest hype time. This should not be the time to just make revenue. This should be the time to get the game back out there and get more players so that the game stays around for another year. Let's release hard modes for part 4, 5, and 6 and hell mode for part 1, 2, 3 so people have stuff to do. That would have been stuff to do. Dragon Ball Legends is full of people who are thinking short term. The anniversary for Legends was, how can we get the most money out of this anniversary? And we're going to talk about, I'm going to bring that back in a little bit. But let's go ahead and go to the last stage here. PvP. And this is where I'm going to bring everything together, really. God, I hate PvP. I really hate PvP. But you see my battle rank. I'm at 11,000. I'm at battle rank 6,823. I hate the double RP. Nobody likes the double RP. I don't like the player ranking system. And the reason PvP is so filled with cheaters and laggers, and yes, guys, at this point in time, with how the game is matching you, if you get a lagged fight, they are cheating. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in it. Because it's supposed to match you with people nearer to you with about your same RP. And to Goresh and Bebop, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I live in Japan. I made my account in Japan. I play in Japan. And I get some shitty-ass laggy fights all the time. I had 3 today. 3 while trying to hit the 11.6k. 3. And it took me a lot longer to get because those matches were freaking lagging. I won 2 of them, but I lost 1. And I mean, like, stopping and waiting almost 5 seconds to do a move, which made me get Rising Rushed, and I lost 2 of my characters because of this. So, that's a big issue. And that's going to continue because there is no punishment for lagging. Lagging is not against the terms of service. Lagging is not considered a dishonest action because they can't prove are you lagging on purpose or not. Disconnecting is, and using modifications is, but not lagging. Now, with that said, I did test a couple, like last year, disconnecting. And if you use your iPhone and, like, say you switch your Wi-Fi off so you disconnect on purpose, you will get reset at the beginning of the season. I've done it once as a test, never done it again because I was curious. That was how I hit Battle Ring 50 the first time. I was still learning PvP, and I was curious, do they really punish you? And that's about it. But I got all the diamonds to get to, I got all the ones to get to Battle Ring 50 in the end, so I didn't really get that much of a punishment. And to be honest, it wasn't a punishment for me because I never would have hit Battle Rank 50. So how is it a punishment? Tell me. How is it a punishment to just say, "Oh, you didn't earn these, so we're taking away"? I mean, it's not a punishment. I didn't earn it anyways. A punishment would be revoking stuff, not saying, "Oh, well, you cheated, so you're going to be knocked off the leaderboard." Fact is, I didn't earn it. It wasn't a punishment. It just wasn't. What I did was make other people's playability really horrible, and I cost them RP. And anytime you come across a cheater, that's what's happening. Now, again, I did this over a year ago, one time to see if it really did reset, and it does. So I can verify that. But that's only if they disconnect before the match loads. If you cause a disconnection mid battle and a bot comes in, it doesn't disconnect the other player. You just fight the bot. And that does not get you punished. So if somebody disconnects in the middle of a battle by like lowering their internet connection just low enough to disconnect, it'll bring in a bot on their side as well, and they will not be penalized for it. So disconnections are not penalized as much as people might think they are. But those disconnections also luckily do not affect both the other player. I don't mind those disconnections because I still win. I still get my points, and that's all I care about. I do mind when I get lag and I lose my points because of lag, or if there's just a plain cheater. The other problem with PvP is that Dragon Ball Legends does not know how to build a meta. Dragon Ball Legends' idea of a meta is, let's release a unit that's going to dominate PvP, be really, really good, so that people go for it. That's their idea. Look at the purple Vegeta. The Goku's okay, but he's not as good. That purple Vegeta is like really good. His animations aren't. The Galagun's not that great of an attack. Cosmetically wise, I think the Goku's way better. I mean, that instant transmission coming in where he just like does that cool combo and his super attack, I think the Goku looks way better. But the Vegeta's better. So what happens is a new banner comes out, they release a really top tier unit, which is really pretty good, and then an okay unit. Or a good unit, but not a top tier. Yellow Vegito did it. I mean, Red Trunks was really good when he came out. Especially if you have him on a melee team. And it gave you an option for a melee in Vegeta family versus a blast. So for example, if you're running the LF Vegeta, the blue Vegeta, and that Trunks, they actually worked pretty well together because they're melees. I mean, he's okay for future. I mean, yeah, Rose Black is better, but he's not a bad unit there either as a future unit. So, but when you take a look at the majority of banners, it's always something really hype that's meta changing. This yellow Vegeta is great. The Kefla came out. When Kefla came out with Gotenks, Gotenks was good, but Kefla was godly. I hate Kefla. I never liked that character, but she's just that good. I have to throw her on my bench. I would much rather use the green Gogeta, but he's not meta. This game has purposely, I mean, I think they purposely make the meta this way. It's not that they don't know how to do it. I think they do it on purpose so that they can drive people to spend money on units that they wouldn't probably go so hard for. Vegito Blue, a lot of people talk about Vegito Blue, but to be honest, both Vegito Blue, Trunks, and the Merge Zamasu, all three of them need to be nerfed hardcore. I have all three of those units, by the way. As you can see my Vegito Blue. You can see my Trunks. You can see my Merge Zamasu. They're not low. The fact that Vegito Blue can really one-shot some units, I mean, if done correctly, he can one-shot units. If you go against a person who, and I love this in beginning PvP, immediately throws the Zamasu in after you get your first connection with Kefla, which is the... Guys, if you're playing Future Team and you're going into Fusion, never throw Zamasu in right after Kefla's combo. Because it's pretty much what's going to happen is, I'm going to switch, pop Vegito's green card, debuff your Zamasu's dead. He's going to die. But I see that all the time. And the fact is that makes Vegito Blue offensively is broken. Defensively, he's great. Not broken, but great. But offensively, he's broken. Merge Zamasu, offensively, he is freaking broken. Defensively, he's great, and he can heal, I believe. But offensively, he's broken. And Trunks, offensively, he's okay. He gets really good near the end. Defensively, he's broken. Go to the Omega and the Goku, the full power Goku. They're nowhere in the level of those other units. Goku and Omega are nowhere near the other two units levels. So the problem with this is that a lot of people talk about the lag ruining PvP, but the meta ruins PvP. When you go into a PvP match, it's one of three teams: God Key, Future, or Fusion. Those are the three teams you're going to get 75% of the time. The other 25%, maybe you'll get a GT team or a regen team. And then you'll probably get a regen team and they're freaking lagging because they realize regen sucks. Which I had happened. That was the team, that was the one I lost, and it made me so mad. Because I lost due simply to the fact that it was lagging hardcore, like 5-second delays. So PvP needs to be fixed. They need to fix the metas. They need to actually make a meta in the system. They need to stop releasing units with the idea of how much money can we get from our players. They need to start releasing this game with how can we get money from our players by releasing a game that's really fun. Dokkan does not get money because they release broken units that you have to summon for. You don't have to have the Vegito or the Gogeta. You want them, but they're not a necessity. Legends is a PvP game. It becomes a necessity. And Dokkan, it's much easier to obtain the units if you don't have them. I pulled Vegito Blue in Dokkan in 60 stones. I'm working on my 5th rotation, I think, on Gogeta. I have not pulled him yet. I pulled the Bardock. I pulled a dupe of physical LR Vegito. Of course, I pulled the Transforming Blue Gogeta, which I already have. Sorry, the LR Physical Gogeta. The Transforming Blue Agility Gogeta, which I already have dupes. I already have Rainbow. 2 Omega Shenrons, which was really, really painful. But the fact is, if I don't pull Gogeta, I have over 600 red coins. When he comes back, I will buy him. If I pull him, I will probably buy Int Vegito LR just to unlock his second slot and give him his gold, little gold equipment slot area. But I can buy the unit when it comes back. I'm not stressed in Dokkan. I'm not freaking out. I'm not like, oh, I gotta spend money nonstop. And the friend system, I can use Gogeta till he comes back. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be great when I can use 2 Vegetos and a Gogeta or 2 Gogetas and a Vegito, but now I can use them. And in Legends, it's a PvP-based game, man. You have to have the units if you're gonna play PvP. And this game has really nothing for PvE content. It's really dry on PvE content, let's be honest. The PvP is what it's for. But until they make this one simple fix, and this is literally the problem with this game, guys. This is why the game is so horrible. And for any of you defenders are like, oh, the game's not horrible. Yes. Just because playability is really fun, because let's be honest, guys, the game's really fun. When it comes to playing, it's really fun. But that doesn't make the game not horrible. What makes the game so horrible comes down to one thing: corporate greed. That's really what it is. Okay, it's 2 things: corporate greed and short-sightedness. They realize that gacha games don't last 5 years like Dokkan does. They realize most gacha games last 3 years max. Like a Buchigini match, I think. So they're trying to get as much money as they can in that 3 years. If you look at the way Legends is going, I don't think the Legends team even expects it to last 3 years. I think that their goal is to get as much money as possible before it dies. Because it's not very hard to see it. I mean, if you were a producer, and anyone who defends Toshi is like, well, he doesn't have that power. Yes, guys. As a producer, you have a lot more power than people think. And this is no better seen than in Yoshi P for Final Fantasy XIV, when he became the new producer of a game that was nothing but a dumpster fire and turned it into a game, an MMORPG, that has beaten WoW. Not even beaten WoW now, beaten WoW in WoW's best day. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers has surpassed World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King. Wrath of the Lich King was World of Warcraft's highest hitting expansion. And yes, you have more people with computers now, but the big thing is that Shadowbringers has an amazing story, has an amazing producer, and has real people wanting to make a game. And what makes the game so great is that they actually play the game. I don't think Toshi plays this game. I don't. I think he may have an account to show off it, but Yoshi P, the producer for Final Fantasy XIV, not only plays the game, but makes every single person on the team play the game as well. And before they played the game, they played World of Warcraft to see what made that RPG so great. And they implemented that stuff into the new one. So if a producer working under Square Enix can do that, you can't tell me that Yoshi P can't go to the producers of Dimps and Ben and say, hey, this isn't working. We need to change the system. We need to fix this. We'll make more money. And that's the thing. They will make more money. So here's what they got to do. The one simple fix for PvP is this. Change the Chrono Crystal payout. Right now, the Chrono Crystal payout being locked behind the rank system is what is causing people cheating. Because people do not get knocked down for lagging, nor do they lose their rank for disconnecting. They lose their rank for disconnecting before a match or for using modifications. If people got disconnected for disconnecting mid-battle or for lagging in a battle, most people who do not do that would be in the top 1,000. Easy. But because people are going to try and get that 1,000 Chrono Crystals any way possible, because let's be honest, that's $15 for free, it increases cheating. If they decided to make the Chrono Crystal payout battle rank based only, battle rank 25, 250 Chrono Crystals, 330, 500 Chrono Crystals, 35, 755 Chrono Crystals, 40, 1,000 Chrono Crystals, 45, 1,500 Chrono Crystals, battle rank 50, 2,000 Chrono Crystals, you would have competition getting to battle rank 50. And they could even make battle rank 50 harder to get. That's fine. They can increase the difficulty so, it's a little harder to get. Like you need like say 7,000 RP to hit battle rank 50. That would be fine. I think that would be acceptable. I think if they made it to where you had to have like 8,000 or 9,000, I think they've pretty much just done the same crap all over again. Make 50 an easily achievable system. You can increase its difficulty, but keep it achievable that people who play PvP will hit it. Then, the rank system should be for pure Z power rewards, giving the top winner a 600 Legends Limited Z power, giving the next first and second and third player a 300 Legends Limited Z power, top 100 a 100 Legends Limited Z power, top 1,000 a 600 Sparking Z power, top or 600 Z power doesn't mean Sparking, 600 Z power, top, top 6,000 a 300 Z power, and then top 1,000 a 100 Z power. That I think would be that would fix the system. Would it remove every single lagger, cheater, and disconnector? No, because people are still going to do that. But they would make more money because people would be willing to spend more money if they get to actually do a couple summons. They might do an extra summon here or there. PvP would be fun. People would want to play PvP, and when there was a laggy match, it wouldn't be as disheartening. They would want to play it. Now, this might not fix things for those who go for the top 100, but, if you go for the top 100, man, I'm sorry, but you're just always going to face crap. I'm talking for the majority of the player base here. And the last one is it would be stressful. I would want to play PvP. I would want to hop in because when I lose a match, I'm not going to feel stressed and be like, oh, I got to farm up what I lost. I'd be like, hey, well, whatever, I lost. It's good. I'm getting my CC reward. I've gotten that. This game has too many grinds. PvP grind, co-op grind, event grinds, friendship grinds, Zenkai grinds, which the Zenkai grind is going to be changing eventually. Your monthly mission grinds of you have to do 500, you have to get 500 equips. Okay? That's too many grinds in this game. So the amount of grinds, the greed, and the fact that they refuse to fix co-op and they just would rather shove it down our throat the way it is, this is what is wrong with this game, and it's not going to improve. I look at Dragon Ball Legends now like I look at World of Warcraft. They have made their decision, and this update has further proven they've made their decision because it hasn't fixed any of the big complaints. It fixed one complaint. One complaint that only really affected the top 10,000 players. Oh, I guess I can't really say that. It did affect everyone in Battle Rank 45 or up. but was mainly being complained about by the top 1,000 players. That was the battle rank setup, and it was a good fix. It needed to be done. But that's not the only thing to be done, and that was definitely not the only thing that should have been released in this update. This update should have been a PvP focused update purely. PvP is the main point of this game. That should have been the first thing they fixed. Who cares about the speed of the game? That is not important. The most important thing is PvP. Fix the PvP and the game plays well. Don't fix the PvP and the game is absolute garbage. And people like Rhymestyle, if you ever watch this, love your content, love your Mario Maker Mondays. I always watch it. My son watches it with me. I really hope to see some more global Dokkan stuff. I understand though, limited money, can't spend that much. So love your content. But the fact that Rhymestyle, who was a big Legends fan, is actually not doing Legends videos anymore for a while, that's a big thing. I really hope that Ryuden, Gresh, D-Free, Riku the Black Knight. Sorry, Riku, I forgot your name for a second. Bebop. I really hope that these 5 as well stop doing content for Legends. Not stop playing the game, of course, because I don't want to tell anyone to play the game, but I really hope they stop doing content there and move their content elsewhere. D-Free, man, do some more 7 Deadly Sins content. That game is great, and I'm going to get into that at the end of this video. Dokkan 5 years anniversary is up. That's a great thing for Time Stiller. I really hope you guys will kind of copy what Rhymestyle did and send a message to Bandai that, hey, if you're not gonna support us, we're not gonna support you. You guys are the voices we rely on. They don't rely on me. I can't do crap. But we rely on you guys. You guys are the voices. So I really hope that you guys will stop making content for the game, make content for another game until Bandai fixes it. And not because, I want to make this very clear, not because I hate Dragon Ball Legends. I don't. I want to see this game become amazing. I want this game to, I want to come, I want to watch this video 3 years from now being like, man, they came a long way from there. We're going into our 5th year anniversary. And they fixed everything. Yeah, we still have a little bit of problems, but they tried. And they're trying. I don't want to watch a video by Toshi and be like, oh, well, there's another lie. There's another lie. And whenever I watch Toshi, if you ever watch this, which again, I doubt you will, I'm not that big, you're a liar, dude. Stop lying for Bandai. Bandai Namco, I really had high respect for until this game. This game has crushed my respect for that department, whoever handles this game. As for not getting a unit, guys, and the gacha system, I'm not going to talk about the gacha system because it's a gacha game. I don't think they need to fix the gacha system. Okay. Guaranteed sparking would be nice, but if you do it like Dokkan, it doesn't raise new unit rates. It would just be kind of like the 10%, where it wouldn't increase our chance of a new unit. So I'm actually fine with the gacha system. It doesn't bother me at all. So as far as the gacha system goes, I'm fine with that because it is a gacha game. But the one thing I saw in my post was when I ever talked about this on Twitter or in a YouTube comment was, if they change PvP, it will kill the grind that people want to do. Again, grind is a bad word, guys. Grind is bad. Grind means unwanted play. That's what grind means. Grind does not mean I'm having fun. Grind means I've got to do this. Grind is not a good word. The better word, it would change what kind of competition is going in for PvP for that top 10K. And that's true, because it would eliminate a majority of cheaters. It would actually change the competition to be better, because the majority of people competing for that top 10K would legitimately want to get that top 10K because they didn't just care about the CC, they're actually competing. That's what it would do. So would it change PvP? Yeah. It would change that competition for a lot better than it is now. So if anyone's going to put that out there like, oh, no. For anyone's going to go out there and say, well, they can't give that much CC for free, that would just lose the money. I will be back with proof that they can. So we are back. Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, guys. I absolutely love this game. And this is proof that everything Legends does is wrong. Let's start with the beginning. Chrono Crystal, I mean, the diamonds, man. The diamonds are crazy. Um, these 66 diamonds I have here, these are all free to play. And they're not like free to play. These are free to play starting from, I think, this Tuesday. So I've earned 66 diamonds completely free in about 5 days. Um, let's talk about events they have. Okay, let's first take a look at the events tab here. You have this event tab, which is really quick, doesn't require you to play through it a million times. It's not a grind. It's 3 missions. You got, what was it again? I think two XP, like 2 large XP pots and 3 SSR pendants. The SSR pendants are extremely useful. You have the power-up drops, which are really important because you can use to exchange for important items. These just come from doing your regular missions. You just do the missions and you do some other grindy stuff and it's done. You have the season 3 final boss, and I think that's what I want to go to first. Actually, let's go to the season 3 final boss real quick after I do all this. Season 3 final boss. Okay. This is how rewards should be done. Now, right now, I'm in the top 4%, 3.5%. If you look at the rewards here, the in-game currency are in the top 50%, which means you don't have to get that high to get these. And that includes a total of 35 diamonds just to get in the top 50%. Again, not that hard to do it. You can do it. And then these other that are, really, equipment stuff, that is important, but you can get through, weekly, but giving you more is great for the top 5%. I mean, I still want this stuff. Yes, my priority the diamonds, but dude, I want this stuff here. I want it. I want these 150 anvils and these 10 hammers. Like that's 150 anvils is a lot. I want that. And it's worth doing the boss and trying to get a better score. And that's the thing. This boss is not so much about grinding, but trying to get a better score. Okay. Now, not only does that you have that system, you have the shop here, which consists of, as you can see, I've almost got everything. More of these engraving stones, which are really important. Some things you can sell for the gold, the water of life and the demon's blood, which are important for awakening your characters. The demon, the crimson, gray, and red demon mats, which are important for limit breaking your characters, raising their levels to 80. You have these awakening stones, which is really important for increasing your equipment, making it higher. You have a full cosmetic suit for Merlin, which is really cool because it's actually UR and it's the highest stats you can get when you add that stuff. So it allows you to get better stats on your base character, which is great. And then of course you have the anvils, like 100 anvils, which helps you to re-roll stats. Okay, this is what a shop should look like. And again, as you can see, I'm able to get everything in this shop. So when we talk about the co-op shop, the fact that I can't pick up everything is not okay. If I can pick up this full set of UR gear, and UR gear usually goes for $24 or 90 diamonds, and they give me a full set for free, the fact that Legends is not is unacceptable. Because we're talking simply Z Power, Chrono Crystals, and some old tickets to summon on old banners. This is giving me $25 or 90 diamonds worth of cosmetics just for doing the event. Not to mention all the other mats, which are really good. So final boss is really fun because it's just, can you get a better score? Do you have to have specific units? Yeah, but they have free to play units as well that covers that. Let's talk about the gacha system here. Again, I've talked about this before. Yeah, the rate is not that good. It's only a 3% chance, and you only get a 0.5% chance to pull the new unit. But you know what? When I get as many free chrono crystals, free diamonds as I get, I'll take that. I'd rather do 6 summons over 3 with a double rate chance. Not to mention their step-up banners guarantee the unit at the end. Now, something very painful with Legends, when you summon, you get all those, those hero and extreme units, and you're like, oh great, these Z metal coins are ridiculously useless. Not here. Coin shop here can allow me to buy a unit I want to get. I can get some SR, get an SR unit here, or get another coin that I can use in the platinum coin here, which I can get a ticket for. I can get one of these units. I can, pick up stamina pots to increase my stamina. There's so much things I can do here. Friendship coins, I can get all this stuff with friendship coins. When I get a full multi with like rares or SRs, I don't feel that bad because I know it's actually useful to me. It's useful. Let's talk about PvP. We're going to go to PvP real quick. I'm going to do a PvP match. I know this video is getting long, guys, but there's no reason to complain if you can't show how the game is fixable. So let's talk about PvP real quick. And again, I'm not going to take too much time. I want to try and get the video finished in about another 5-10 minutes. When you look at PvP, I'm at champion. I cannot be knocked down in my rank as long as I play. Doesn't matter if I lose 20 matches at champion 5, I'm not going to go down to master. I will stay locked here. That means I will get at least 50 diamonds a week. A week. Not 2 weeks, not a month, every week. But because I'm able to hit champion 1, that's 60 diamonds a week. That's 2 multis a week, 8 multis a month. And it actually is completely stress-free because the fact is, the most I'm going to get is 10. That's like the most you're going to get is maybe 200 more chrono crystals if you get knocked down, okay? It's not a big risk. It's not that big of a problem for me. So, I mean, I'm not going to actually do PvP because you guys don't need to see the PvP. I mean, PvPs don't really matters. What matters is the payout system. That's what matters. Elite, of course, is different. Elite, you can be D-tiered, but, I mean, Elite is, again, it's Elite. But Elite does not offer any diamonds. Elite offers PvP currency and money. No diamonds. So, I mean, does it really matter? Not really. That's why I said in Dragon Ball Legends, battle rank should be chrono crystals, player percentage should be Z power. There's no reason for chrono crystals to be on the player percentage except for corporate greed, as they want more people to spend money. But the most important complaint that we can actually show can be fixed is the co-op mode. Oh wait, sorry. One more thing first. I want to do this one first. This is what we're talking about with the Ultra Time Space Rush, how they only let you use one unit. When I do the training rota once a week, I can go and do a fight. So let's go and do this blue fight. Okay. I can pick my main 3 core, but then I can pick support units. Now these support units do not get used up. So even though I use them as supports, should I decide that I want to, use them as a main unit, I can. And these main units I can throw as support if I need to. The fact that Legends requires, if you used it on the bench or in the main team, you lose that character, really kills Ultra Time Space Rush because you can't, say, use one set of Fusion Warriors for one fight and then reverse them, throw the other set, and then bench the 3 that you already used. I can do that here. I can use Escanor as an associate whenever I want to get max power if I need to. So that is what they need to do to fix Legends when it comes to Ultra Time Space Rush. That would make Ultra Time Space Rush more enjoyable, and they could actually make it even more difficult. Now, the last one, most importantly, is co-op, because co-op right now is complete garbage, but could be fixed. So I'm going to be back when we have a co-op match up in this game, and I'm going to demonstrate how co-op should be done. Okay, we're back with a co-op match. So this is an in-raid, this is what we call a death match. It's a raid that you do with another player. You have me over here, Siegfried, and then this guy, Solist, is some random person I invited. It took me a little long to get the match to pop up, but once the match popped up, I figured I would just go ahead and wait until I got someone to join before I turn the recording back on. So this is how co-op should be done, okay? First of all, if he disconnects, a bot will take over his place. Should he disconnect and then come back in, he can actually jump back into the fight. So say he has like a disconnection, but I'm still doing the fight, he can actually jump back into the fight as long as he didn't forfeit. If he forfeited, that's different. Okay, so what you'll see here, this is what I mean. Like, once it queues up, I have a sticker system here I can use. So if I want to communicate, I can use a sticker. Now I really don't need to communicate here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go. We're just gonna try and do as much damage as possible. But in this case, I don't really need to communicate. Usually you would because you want to, pet freeze this guy. But because I kind of just try to overpower through him, I don't worry too much about it. We won't stop him here actually, though. Let's see, do I actually have the heal option there? I don't. These are just random ones. So I'll select a random sticker to show how that works. So you can just pick this sticker and it pops up on the screen. We're gonna run this, run you, and run you. Okay. So this boss has 3 lives, by the way. This is not the first life. This is not his only health bar. He actually has 3 hearts. So we just took out 1 heart there, and every time you take out a heart, he gets harder. But as you can see, we can communicate. Now, usually you'll see more communication on Crimson because people are going to communicate when they can buff with Gowther. We use you, pop you, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use her gold. Also, when you buff one person, if you use a party-wide buff, it buffs everybody. So we don't have anyone that's really going to buff here, but well, I just realized he's using Green Escadar. But like when he used his Gowther's ability, it upped my cards as well as his. So both our cards got that benefit there. When I heal, it heals both of us, not just him. So that's another thing. I'm able to heal all of us, as well as remove debuffs. So we're just gonna go ahead and tear this guy up. I'll do the other one. So as you see, I can just communicate with it via the stamps. And the great thing about the stamps, it doesn't matter if I'm playing with someone from Thailand or I'm playing with someone from Japan. We can still communicate, which is like the most important thing in this game. Now I have a feeling he's gonna be freezing, so I'm gonna wait for him to freeze. I don't know. I have a obsession with doing this, just like trying to, because I hate how people like wait really to. I didn't expect that actually. Okay, I'll take the extra bonus on my guess and or guess then. His won't kill either. I don't think. If I knew I was gonna do the ice first, I would have done. Melee. Okay, it's a killed. So I mean that's pretty much it. We can communicate via stickers. If you need to communicate a move such as Gowther's upping a move, a healing ability. I do have a healing sticker I gotta pop on. A buffing ability, debuffing ability. If you can't use those, there's a sticker for all of that. So we're gonna jump real quick and jump into the stickers so you can see what I mean. So we're gonna go wait for that to finish off. Go to my items, go to my stamp box, and these are the stamps I have. Okay, so you can see I actually have the the CC stamp here, the free stamp for one, with the cube stamp. I need to actually add those on. The heal it can't heal, the increasing ultimate gauge, the decreasing ultimate gauge, which I have here. I mean, there's a lot of stamps. There's a lot of things that can be done. It's actually really great, I think. No idea why Legends hasn't implemented this system yet. Again, you only need the Rising Rush stamp and then not Rising Rush stamp. You don't need to have all these different buff stamps. You don't need this stamp here. You don't need this stamp, this stamp. You only need 2 stamps, pretty much. This stamp and this stamp is all you need. I can Rising Rush, I cannot Rising Rush, that's it. So guys, again, this video is long. I know not everyone's going to sit through it, but this is officially my last Dragon Ball Legends video I am going to be making unless they fix the game. I'm still going to be playing the game, still going to be grinding through PvP, but this is the last official video that I'm going to make because it needs to get out there. And guys, if you really enjoy the game, then you should be out there criticizing what they are doing wrong too. Because the game, that's not going to kill the game. I'm not saying that people who are, mad at the game and uninstalled it because I didn't pull Vegito Blue have a valid complaint in that, but they do have a valid complaint in the fact that without Vegito Blue, there's really no game because of the meta. So guys, with that said, I want to end on that. I just hope Dragon Ball Legends can pull it out. I hope they can fix the game. I hope we can look back in 3 years at the Dragon Ball Legends 5-year anniversary, remember how it started and seeing what it is now. But only time will tell, and right now, if history continues to repeat itself, we won't see 5-year anniversary. We might make it to 3, but I don't think Rhymestyle is going to be the first PvP content creator. Sorry, first Dragon Ball Legends content creator. I'm sorry. I don't think Rhymestyle is going to be the only Dragon Ball Z content creator for Legends that is going to be quitting Legends content. I think we're going to see that with Ryuden. I think it was Ryuden, just had a post pretty much where when a match happened, he was talking about a match, just pretty much the laggy match, it just makes them lose any type of drive. And Goresh replied in the same tweet, pretty much saying the same thing. If this is something that we see continual, which is not going to end until they change the CC reward system, because there is no measure they can put in for lag or disconnections. They can't there really is nothing they can put in there that would be fair. Because sometimes everyone's going to lag. If they just fix the CC reward, PvP would be fine. If PvP was great, guys, if PvP was great, none of the other stuff would matter, let's be honest. Co-op could suck, the grind could be there, but if PvP was good, wouldn't matter. We'd have something to do. So guys, with that, this is Siegfried Lane signing out. I will see you guys tomorrow with the giveaway results, as well as another giveaway account. Maybe to try and do some Dead by Daylight content. I just got that game. There will be some final 5-year anniversary summons coming up soon. I've done a couple YOLO summons. I do have half a video ready. Nothing great so far. Hopefully, I will be able to walk away with that Gogeta. But if I don't, I'll buy him when he comes back. Again, guys, sorry if I'm a little exhausted again. 6 days. Sorry if I had some mix up with my words there. But I will see you guys in the next video. This is Siegfried Lane signing out. Catch you later.